I believe that my favourite Wynncraft quest is the Tunnel Trouble, the cow quest in Deathless. The reason for picking this quest as my favourite is because the quest has some very good dialogue and you get a lot of emotions when the characters talk to you. The GM who made this quest really put in feelings to the quest and put themselves as the characters when we talked. Never have I looked forward to do a quest like Tunnel Trouble. They really managed to make the dialogue as real as possible. It is almost like I am in a real life world stealing cows. I feel like a real soldier. I'm going to do my best to analyze the dialogue.
Ah, you must be the new recruit. Well, I've got a mission for you. There's an old cave behind me. It was used in the corruption wars. We've used it for quick and easy travel between Deathless and Arachne. It's been abandoned for years. This cave could prove very useful for future recruits who need to travel between Deathless and Arachne. Now here's where you come in. I need you to clear out that cave route so we can use it once more. Good luck, soldier.
As you see, Captain Fenor welcomes the recruit and gives the player a mission. He talks about that there used to be an old cave behind him that was used in corruption wars. There's some good history that he gives to the recruits, which means that he must be a very friendly person to work together with. It also hints about some very detailed lore, such as the corruption wars. It makes the player wonder what this war is. The soldier might want to figure out more about the wars, which makes them experience more of Wynn. This makes the soldier stay in Wynn longer. What a perfect line of dialogue. Oh, I forgot the soldier's a player. Excuse me for calling him a soldier, I meant player. Captain Fenor next talks about the old tunnels that were used in corruption wars, which gives you an impression of what the war could have been like. It was so dangerous that the citizens had no other choice than by going through the dark tunnel to reach their families and workplaces. Maybe that was what it was like for all citizens of Wynn during the attacks. He also wants the recruit to use the tunnel so it would be more efficient and easier to travel. He really has a big heart for a player, which adds affection into the quest. Perhaps the player can expect a future quest about dating Captain Fenor. Another reason Captain Fenor has a big heart is because Deathless is the city where we brew the most illegal beer, which makes it an important place to travel to. Captain Fenor politely asks the recruit to help clear the tunnel so that future recruits could travel safer and not be threatened by the corrupted. He wishes the recruit a piece of last good luck to the recruit. Good moral.
Ah, recruit, you must be the one Captain Fenor sent. Well, let's get started then. Help me clear this debris. Just walk up to it and give it a good shove for me.
Linton seems to be a very lonely person. The way he behaves when he sees another human being is interesting. The GM must have clearly wondered how Linton was going to act as a person. Deciding that Linton should spend his life in a cave is inspiring and might make the player do so themselves. He seems to have been alone in the cave for weeks without anyone to talk to. An interesting theory I have is that Captain Fenor is probably held hostage by his family and will sell them if he doesn't finish the job before the deadline. Linton seems to see hope when he sees that he's getting help from recruit. Perhaps the deadline was in a few hours, so he was stressed out and in a big hurry. He explains to the player how to use a spell which removes the debris. This is very helpful for the player. They might not have known how to use spells, so this could definitely teach the player how to use spells. He then finally has time to rest for a bit while the recruit learns the spell before he has to work again.
Nice job. Let's move cautiously. We don't really know what's down here.
After the recruit learned how to use spells, Linton's depression becomes clear. His depression came back and he had to work again. Even though he has depression, he is kind towards the recruit and warns him about the dangers of the cave. This develops the character development. At this point, I'm starting to think the GM who wrote this quest is a genius in game design and properly knows how to give an NPC so much personality and relatability.
Wait, do you hear that? Ah, monsters! Do your job, soldier! What? Ah, that cave-in just blocked the path. Defend me while I try to make a hole. Keep it up. I think I'm halfway there. Aha! I can see the other side. Just a little more. Got it. I made a hole. Quickly, let's go before we're overrun. This cave barely seems worth the trouble to me. This wall of debris is much too big for us to be able to move. What do we do now? Maybe if we... Wait. What's happening to the wall to the right?
Oh, hi. Well, this is a little awkward. I'll just go.
Who in the world was that? You go check out that hole if you want, but I'll stay here and try to think of a solution to this debris.
When Linton realises that what is about to happen, and warns the recruit that the mobs are attacking them. But after he also realises that the caveman blocks the path towards his goal, he panics for a moment, but he won't give up after coming this far. The thing is, this hasn't been described in a way as many stuffs are described in other quests. This was specially described, how the cave was falling and how the zombies were attacking. It must have been a past problem with the zombies. He trusts the recruit to defend him while he clears the pile of rock. This is actually very challenging not to die, and maybe the only bad part of it about the quest. It's a bit too challenging for new players. It's like Giant Rat. The recruit starts to get tired, but Linton tells them not to give up yet. They have already come this far, so the recruit continues fighting the mobs. After he successfully created a hole through the pile of rock, he tells the recruit to come quickly before they get overrun. Linton realises that all of this problem was not worth his family. Should he buy a new girlfriend? But then he realises that it's too expensive and that he wants to continue. But the wall of the debris is too big for both of them, so he tries to come up with another solution. Meanwhile, a handsome cowman that looks like a mixture of Leo and Heslo and John Wick with his handsome glasses comes from nowhere and tells them that this is an awkward situation and that he wishes them not to bully him. Linton is stressed out and wonder who that wannabe player cowman was, so he tells the player to follow the cow so he can come down where the player is gone.
Oh, didn't expect you to follow me. Well, hi. This will sound mad, but I'm Drale, and I'm on a mission to free these cows from the enslavement of Katoa Ranch. Those farmers stole those cows. They are sacred animals. Now they're about to turn into steak. If you were to help me, maybe I could help you. Go free those innocent cows from enslavement. Gosh, I wish I was a cow.
Drale is confused why the recruit chose to follow him and was wondering how to stage fake suicide after killing him, but he could not figure out how to do it, so he let him live for now. The cowman talks about his motivations and backstory. He brings justice to the evil cow farmers. It's like the quest A Confused Farmer, which was removed back in December of 2017. It was about running between Katoa Ranch and Deathless. Dr. Phil was involved in sending players to Deathless to Katoa Ranch. Anyhow, Drale says that the farmer stole his sisters and that they will be turned into steak if they don't do anything. He makes the player imagine what a hard time the cows must have in their daily life. Drale begs the recruit to help him and he agrees. But here comes the best part of the passage. Gosh, I wish I was a cow. He doesn't know that he is a cow. I have researched a lot about this. One day a man named Drale was taken in by Bylvis, the farmer, to the ranch. Bylvis is Dr. Phil in disguise. Bylvis thought that Drale was a cow because Drale looked like one, but Drale knew that he wasn't a cow and escaped, but he still pretended that he was a cow.
Ah, good to see my cows are all in tip-top shape. Well, time to feed the townsfolk again.
Bylvis seems to be a lonely man who is into cows. He tells his girlfriends that they're in tip-top shape and that he wants to feed them to the townsfolk. He was going to shoot anyone who tried stealing his cows 4 times in the head and then claims it was self-defense so that the police will not put him in jail. The recruit was worried if he was going to succeed, but after he succeeded he was a happy person. He also likes making his girlfriends into meat. One day he sees the player and threatens him to leave the farm quickly if the player sees drale.
Thank you so much, but we're not done yet. We need to get these cows out of the province. There's a small opening behind me. Go through it and help me get these cows on a raft to Gable.
Drale is full of joy after he successfully freed his sisters and had now decided to spare the recruit's life. But he actually didn't free his sisters, it was just the player that freed them. He tells the recruit that they were not finished yet and that they had to get the cows away from the country before the police came. That makes the player sad, because they just want to go back mining with the mine man miner Linton.
There's a raft! Help me push it for the cows. And that should be it. Be free, my friends. A new life awaits. Again, thank you so much for what you have done this day. These cows deserve a better life than being farm animals.
Drale tells the recruit where the raft is and wants him to help him push the cows. After a few minutes of pushing, they successfully push the raft into the ocean. He tells his sisters that a new life awaits and he will come after them soon. Drale can't tell how glad he is that the recruit helped him and just wants to hug the recruit. Then the player pushes the cows off to Gavel, which would confuse the low-level player to what Gavel is. But I know that it is the Canyon of the Lost, because I have been reading about the sequel Klafson that is level 86. But I'm only level 60, so I can't do the quest, but I long for the day that I can do the quest. Anyhow, the only thing on the question here is how some cows can steer a raft to Gavel, without stopping in Caucus where they would be killed by Shot's favourite Bill. After Drale walks away in joy, the recruit notices that the raft was sinking and that all of the cows died. He then remembers about the mission and heads back without telling Drale about his sisters. Meanwhile, Drale is at his happiest.
Recruit, what took you so long? I've been waiting for an hour. What were you doing? You helped some crazy cow-obsessed lunatic steal cows from the local farm? Recruit, that's against the law, you know. Oh, what do I care? Silly bovimists. Either way, we still don't have any means to get rid of this giant pile of rubble.
Hello again, friend. Did I hear you needed help? Well, have no fear. Cows, to me!
What in the world?
Since you helped me with my problem, I thought I should repay that favor by helping you. Well, see ya. Oh, and nice to meet you, miner. Now let's get going, my cows.
What just happened? Am I seeing things? You know what? I don't want to know. Anyway, why don't you go on ahead? I'll be here guarding this passage so nothing else bad happens to it. It was an honor to adventure with you, recruit.
Miner Linton is upset that the recruit has been away for over an hour, and says that he deserves an explanation of where and what the recruit has been and done. Miner Linton has had nothing to do that past hour. Who knows what he did in the chaos he cleared the debris. Maybe he started playing with his pickaxe. The recruit started to panic when we couldn't find an explanation about what they'd done and tries to explain this to Linton, but then he remembers that what he did was illegal and he would not get paid. Linton gets very furious when he hears about the recruit stole some cows from someone's farm and says that he can go to jail because that's illegal. But he doesn't really care because of his depression and desperation. He still needs to find a way to get rid of a pile of rock. Out of nowhere, the wannabe cowman comes and uses magic to get rid of a stone. He explains to both of them because the recruit helped him with all his problems and he would do the same back to them. The recruit is thinking if he should tell him about his sisters, but it's probably not a good idea. She just wants to thank the wannabe cowman and continues. Meanwhile, Miner Linton's head is about to explode because he is so confused. Why would anyone want to be a cow? And how did Pepper get accepted? And why and will he get paid for this work or not?
Recruit! Captain Fenor told me to meet you here. Said if you came out of this side of the tunnel, then you completed your mission. You did a great deed today, soldier. We can now use the tunnel to travel easily between Rackney and Deathless. Good job!
Sergeant Klafson agrees with the recruit who has completed the mission, but doesn't mention the minor Linton. Could this be more evidence that they kept his family hostage? The recruit gets paid by Sergeant Klafson, and the recruit can now buy a girlfriend. Sergeant Klafson doesn't know that the recruit shouldn't be paid for breaking the law, which the player is glad to keep a secret. Meanwhile, minor Linton now gets a hard depression after realizing he did not get paid and was found in the river the next day. I really enjoyed this quest and replayed it multiple times because being a cow thief is cool and you get to fight mobs and become a real soldier. If you don't think it's the best, you should delete your best class and do the quest after reading this unalive. The quest teaches us how people have it in real life every day, and there's much to learn out of this quest. It teaches us how cows can be locked up in cages and that they deserve it in rights. It also teaches us how the people kept hostage and what we should do for them. After doing this quest 28 times and deleting characters 22 times, I've decided to donate money to every cow and a miner who's in trouble. I think the moral of the quest is that freeing cows help you get through a cave. Another good thing with the quest is that you have a fast travel between Ragney and Deathless. Can you imagine how slow it will be to walk between Ragney and Deathless without this? Sorted has stated that it takes 5 minutes to walk between the two locations, which is horrible without a horse or walk speed build. The quest is also great because we get to experience what it's like to fight bosses. Even if they're weak, you can come in several forms, which is heavy melee in this case, with all of the zombies attacking slowly at once for a lot of damage. Also teaches the player about Gavel. Before this they had only heard about Fruma. It might be a bit confusing to the player, but they all get to learn something. This quest was made by Abyssworth, and I believe that he is a highly talented man that should be worshipped along with other CT members, such as Leo, who made the sequel Klafson, which I haven't played yet. Abyssworth knows how to touch feelings in your body, while also being a genius teaching the player a lesson. His grammar is fully on point and there's much to learn in the quest. The mobs are perfectly designed, you get near death each time but you never die.
Cat is gay.